This week on Talk of the Town, we feature Tremonton's new fire chief and a 45-year veteran firefighter. Brian Nicholson has your Mural Moment, featuring our firefighters and their rich history. We also have highlights from the farmers market. Over the years, Tremonton City has become known for its murals, adding works of art on a regular basis. With so many wonderful murals and sculptures being created, Tremonton fashioned a self-guided walking tour, which allows you to view these masterpieces up close while learning about the significant people and events that have helped define the life and character of this region. With summer here, Tremonton is encouraging residents to take time to enjoy these murals and sculptures that have won Tremonton Best of State Awards from 2016 to 2020, and again in 2022 and 2024. Tremonton also won 2020's Best of State Statue Award. Over the next few months, we'll guide you through each of these murals and sculptures, providing historical information and an up-close look from the comfort of your home.
On this week's Mural Moment, we're headed over to the Tremonton Fire Department. This mural, located at 51 South, 100 West, features local residents and firefighters who were volunteer fire departments back in the day. The volunteer fire department was officially organized by the City Council on April 4th, 1938, and included the purchase of an American LaFrance fire engine for $7,078.17. That's a significant difference from the fire truck that we recently bought for a lot more than $7,000. Over the years, Tremonton's fire department has grown and changed. Nowadays, we've got a full fire department, we've got full-time firefighters, we've got part-time firefighters, and we've got volunteers who work to keep our community very safe. This is another mural that was created by local artist Jason Nesson. You can see his signature right here. This was back in 2015. Tune in next week for another Mural Moment by Brian Nicholson.
At a recent meeting, the City Council and new fire chief honored firefighter Doug Furman for 45 years of service to the city. We talked to both these men about their experience.
My name's Doug Furman. I've been with Tremonton Fire Department for 45 years. I graduated high school in 1978, and I started with the fire department about 1980. And I didn't have any certs or any experience or anything like that. They trained me. EMT was a fairly new thing then. So I became an EMT in 1980. And I've been one ever since. Then I've got several fire certs. So currently I'm serving as a captain. I have been a EMS secretary. I was assistant chief for 4 years. And I'm kind of writing it down from here. I felt good that after we got all done talking, I thought, well, can I make 50? And I don't know. But it's possible, I guess. I think we have to be done here when we're 70. That's our ceiling, that's our limit, and I will get 50 years in before I turn 70. So if I stick around, I could get 50 years, and that's that's a lot. That's really a lot. So when I first got on, we were 100% volunteer. We didn't get paid anything unless we came to the fire station when there was a call and we went on a call. And then we were basically on the clock until we got back to the fire station, and then we were off the clock. So when I first got on, I think we got paid the ambulance. If you went on an ambulance call, you got paid 40% of the call. The 3 people that went on the ambulance would split 40% of the call. So kind of an interesting thing. So if you went on a transfer to Ogden or Salt Lake or something like that, the ambulance bill was this, and then 40% came back to the crew. So that was kind of interesting. So, and now we're just paid by the hour. We as a department did a lot of additions to this. This building had the driver's license department in it at one time, right over there. And then we took it over, and then we built that mezzanine over there. We built those 3 bays on the north side. And it was really quite interesting because we all, just as a group, came up after work or at night or something like that and laid the brick and did the work. And we even went to Volcraft and built the joist for that mezzanine, and it was all just donated time. And like, we went to the places we worked. I worked at Nucor, and some of the other guys worked out at Thiokol at the time, and we would beg and borrow and ask them for stuff, and they would donate stuff, and so the city got a really good deal. And then we put the two bays over here. We did that all that work ourselves too. So it's quite an interesting thing, because we were truly volunteers, you know, at the time, and so now we're paid. I'm a part-time guy, so I'm paid part-time, and I work my shifts, a couple, maybe 4 or 5 a month probably, but I'm only required to work 2 12-hour shifts a month to keep my part-time status. But I definitely do at least double that. So it's interesting to be here at the station when the call comes in, rather than be at home and drive up. And then it was really competitive, because everybody wanted to go on the calls, but everybody was away from here, so it was almost kind of a race to get here, and maybe not a good thing at sometimes, because we had a few complaints. Some people driving maybe just a little bit too fast to get to the station to make the call, but everybody wanted to make the call. That's what it was all about. I guess when I was, you know, young, I just wanted to drive fast and run the siren. So that's definitely not it. Now, I hate driving with I don't like driving with the siren and the lights on so much anymore. It's kind of, I don't know, there's a responsibility there, and it's kind of scary. So still do it when we have to, but I have to have a better reason now than before. So the favorite parts, I don't know, I guess the camaraderie. You know, we live in a fairly small town, so when you help somebody, there's a good chance you might see that person in the grocery store a couple months later. So it's really a good feeling to be able to be in a position that you can do things and help people out, and you get a good feeling from that. So it's rewarding that way. The interesting thing about Jeff is he was here in a part-time position, just exactly like me, and then but he also worked full-time down south, and so he has a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge that way, but he also had the vision of what it was like to be a part-time person. We're excited. I hope he is, and I'm pretty sure he is. So we hope that he's gonna, you know, not make too many changes, but make the changes that are needed to make this place successful and continue to make it successful. I feel like we have been successful.
My name's Jeff Jarrow. I have been in fire service for about 18 years, a little over. Started back east as a volunteer, and kind of back before I had any idea about a paid on-call type volunteer thing. It was a true volunteer service. Did that for 3 years. Worked for Engine 4. And I just hooked the hydrant. That was my job. It was the only job I had. Was I'd show up, get on a truck, hook the hydrant, and give them water when they needed it. And we supported the full-time department. And then moved out here, and I've kind of always wanted to be a firefighter since I was a little kid. I wanted to drive the fire truck, and so that was my goal. I got into school and started doing that. Started training and went to Bridgerland over in Logan, and got hired with Weber Fire. Was there for 4 years as a part-timer. Then got hired, was with them for about 10 years, 9.5, 10 years as a full-timer. Then went to Farmington and spent about 6 years there at Farmington, and now here. And in between, everywhere and in between, worked for Ogden, South Ogden, here at Tremonton part-time, as I was working those other jobs full-time. And so kind of just bounced around and got as much experience as I could. Got into EMT school in the process, and then medic school. And here I am. I was born in New Orleans, and ever since I was a little kid, at Mardi Gras, at the end of the parade, there'd be this long train of fire trucks, and they'd come down the road honking their horns and stuff. And New Orleans is they're high in tradition, and so they'd have some of the old stuff like you see on the wall over here, old fire trucks, and they'd have the wagons with the water tank on it. with Clydesdales pulling it, and they'd have the Dalmatians and everything. And so I was just saw it as a kid and really loved it, and thought it would be something fun that I wanted to do. So I came to Tremonton because 2 chiefs ago, a while back, about 3 years ago. He was a good guy, and he helped teach in my paramedic class at Weber State. And he said there was openings here for a part-time medic, and it was close to home for me. So I decided to put in for it. And then in the process of being here, kind of saw the ups and downs of the department, and just thought I could be a helping hand to bring everybody together and try to move the department forward and get them in a position where guys were not only just happy to be here, but we were one of the better departments in the state. So one of the issues for all fire departments, especially in the transition from a part-time or a volunteer to a part-time and then full-time, it's always training. It's how do we get guys together with the other jobs that they have full-time, whether it be in the fire service or elsewhere, to help them train together, because the more you train together as a team, the better you're going to be in an emergent situation. And so I think training is going to be the key to a lot of the issues that we have, creating that camaraderie and that the dependability between individuals. Being a captain at Farmington for 2.5 years, it was fun. It was also a challenge. I've worked my way up, from firefighter to the engineer position and eventually captain. And each one presented its own challenge. As a firefighter, my job was just to learn my job. And then as an engineer was to not only learn my job, but to help mentor the guy below me and learn the job above me. And the same as a captain, but it went from just mentoring 1 or 2 guys below me to an entire crew of 5 people, and then communicating that to my battalion chief and my chief. And so now being the chief, it's a little bit more pressure, a little bit different. It's now my role to mentor an entire department and to help bring everyone up to speed and be on the same page, and get us all moving in the same direction. And I think that's the thing that's the fun part, or will be the fun part for me, and the challenge is trying to unite everybody and bring them together. A little bit stressful, a little bit fun at the same time, but I'm up for it. So Doug's awesome. I'm super excited, and I have been super excited to work with him. It's been fun working with him over the past several years I've been here. And I think Doug especially, and some of the guys that are here, there's a lot that I have to learn from him. I just learned a ton listening to him talk for a few minutes about the department history, but he has more than just history to offer. He has his experience as a firefighter and as an individual, his life experience to offer. And as a firefighter, you're not just, this isn't just a job for us. It's a family-oriented business. And what I mean by that is you have your family at home, and then you have your fire family here. And a lot of times we come together and we sit around the table and we talk, and we ask guys like Doug, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Because we respect him as an individual and the experience that he has in life. And that can help the younger guys to, in all aspects, home life as well as work life. So he has a lot to offer. If you want to have a tour, it's pretty simple. You just call a station. You can even stop by, and we do those, anytime. We try to do them before 5 p.m. because that's the time we have to get the station ready for the next shift that's coming on. We usually try to do those normal business hours for tours. Or you can call and schedule them out. And if you want to become a firefighter, Tremonton traditionally has done an Explorer program, and that's something that I'm taking a look at right now if we want to continue to do that. I know the interest in the fire service and the police service has kind of dwindled over the years with the younger generation. That's not like an old guy, but it's dwindled. And public service jobs in general, it's kind of sad don't really have the appeal of the CEO of a big company. Like most kids want to do that. They want to be in, sports or something, or play, do something that's going to make a ton of money. The most appealing part of our job is dealing with people and helping people. And sometimes that can be the most stressful part of our job as well. And so I think that's kind of it's a plus, and it's also a deterrent for a lot of people now. So if you're wanting to get into the fire service, an Explorer program is something that you would basically come and volunteer time and do ride-alongs kind of thing. And then the other way we've done that in the past, like Doug mentioned, was we would bring you on and then we would start doing in-house training and getting you those certifications. Now a lot of people would like to go to a program or an academy like I did, and they would go to Bridgerland is the closest academy that you could go to.
Talk of the Town is made possible by supportive sponsors who love our community. Show your love by supporting them today.
This year, Tremonton's Farmers Market Series is held every second and fourth Friday of the month now through October. Their next event is Friday, June 27th, and is themed Robots Among Us. This will include a kids' craft, fun booths, and delicious things to eat. Be sure to stop by Schumann Park from 4 to 8 p.m. and be ready to gear up for their next event in 2 weeks. This features both the Farmers Market and Get Out community events on July 11th and 12th. This week we feature a vendor that has become a big part of both of those events, along with a few kids' booths.
I'm Cheyenne with Two Sisters Trailers. We started our ice cream business about a year ago here in Tremonton, and we have just discovered just how much people love our ice cream. We offer lactose-free, dairy-free, dye-free, and gluten-free options, and so you come out and give us a try. We also offer soda options too, so lots of different things. We try and accommodate those that can't always have ice cream too. So we also just opened up a self-serve freezer in front of our house, so if you follow us on Instagram, you can come and get ice cream whenever we have it available. And so we actually started doing the Tremonton Farmers Market last year, and when it got moved over to here, there were kid vendors available, and so my kids actually saw us doing our ice cream, and they wanted to make money for a San Diego trip that we're going on in June, and they wanted to make their own money for their own Legoland tickets. So that's where my kids come into play. This is Rogan. Rogan, do you want to talk about your treats?
Yeah, so I sell candy salad, and
How much are they?
it's $5 for half a pound a bag. Gummy worms, nut clusters, Skittles, Mike and Ike's, and Swedish fish. My mom actually made the idea, but I helped make the candy salad.
It was who you are.
My name's Mural, and I made hair glitter, and I like selling them because they're super cute in your hair, and they make your hair shine.
She started out with doing her business because she wanted to pay not for only her Legoland ticket, but for her brothers, both of her brothers, and mom and dad's, and her Mimas. So she was very ambitious, and that's what started the Hair Glitter Co., huh? And what's the name of your company?
Missy Mo Hair Glitter Co.
This is Emerson Rose, and she wanted to earn some money. She's a little entrepreneur. She goes to craft fairs with me all the time and is always so sad that she can't sell her own. So she's been helping make these wreath ribbons. She helps me pick the colors and coordinates them, and she can help me measure them out and stuff. And then she added some accessories.
Bubble necklaces. They are different colors, and they have diamonds and other stuff hanging on them. Over here at the park when they do the farmers market. The ribbons are $10 for each, or 2 for $18. And we have wreaths for sale if you need wreaths. The bubble necklaces are $13. Or there's a deal if you buy more. We'll probably have other accessories next time too.
Tune in weekly for more Talk of the Town.